About 3 hours north of Tokyo lies one of the lesser-known ski resort areas of Japan called Nozawa Onsen. There's free hot springs, amazing food, and incredible powder snow, and every single year they hold one of the wildest festivals in Japan. And I'm not just saying that. I've probably been to about 50 different festivals in Japan, and trust me, the festival where they're whacking each other with fire sticks trying to set alight a giant monument with people on top definitely wins. So I set out to Nozawa with a bunch of friends that you also might recognize to see if we could get a piece of the action and enjoy the snow along the way.
COVID really has ruined travel in Japan for me forever. During COVID, there was like nobody here. Those were the days. I'm going to talk about that to my kids. Back in my day. Yes, very busy, but extremely excited because it was like snowing most of last night, we think. It's got ski goggles on.
Yeah, take me to a place. Got me on the way. Ooh la la la, I guess I caught a vibe. Ooh la la la, oh my, oh my.
Powder is so different to regular snow.
Yeah, take me to a place. Got me on the way. Ooh la la la, I guess I caught a vibe. Ooh la la la, oh my, oh my.
I've been to Nozawa like so many times, but this is the first time I've actually had like a bluebird day, and it's amazing. It's so beautiful. But, you know, I keep crashing, so there is that.
It's been good, huh?
Go. Oh! Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, I look like a mess. Wow. No trip to Nozawa is complete without an apple bun. Oh my god, that's so good! So we woke up this morning and it is really windy. I mean, right now it's not so bad, we're pretty protected, but up on the slopes it's like 60 kilometers an hour and there's heaps of snow coming down, and therefore like a lot of the gondolas and lifts and stuff are closed. So there will be no snowboarding today, unfortunately. Actually, I don't really mind because I'm so sore. I'm really tired. So instead we're just gonna be like walking around Nozawa, having some delicious food. Nozawa's got like heaps of really good food options. I really like Nozawa actually. It's a really beautiful town. It's a snow resort skiing area, but I feel like it hasn't been like snow resortified. If you go to Niseko, it's all like fancy accommodation. It's like $1,000 a night, and the ski lifts are really expensive, and it's just packed with tourists. There is obviously a lot of tourists here in Nozawa, but the snow is amazing. The slopes are great. It's not so expensive. A one-day ski lift ticket is like 68 Australian dollars at the moment, or 6,800 yen, which isn't that bad at all. You can find cheap accommodation. There's still a lot of like really nice like kind of traditional things. Like it still feels like Japan, whereas like some other ski resort areas, it stops feeling like Japan and just starts feeling like a cold Australia. So yeah, I'm gonna check some out.
You can't really go wrong with the food options at Nozawa, but after visiting many times in the past and getting recommendations from a local friend, here are some of my top picks with vegetarian options. The Craft Room has some amazing breakfast bagels. Junto's Mexican restaurant and bar has these amazing jalapeno poppers called Hot Shots. Also, the margaritas are great. Pick and Barrel is a bar with really beautiful drink options, including a hot yuzu sake that was unbelievable. Genki Burger has a vegetarian burger called Forest Trail that slaps. Shizen Collective Cafe for that classic Aussie breakfast, except vegan. Shout out to Soul Green for a pretty decent grilled sandwich, but above all, a really cute dog. And last but not least, the apple steam buns from Outside House St. Anton. But once again, you can't really go wrong because it's all really delicious. So obviously with a town name like Nozawa Onsen, they're famous for the onsens here, like the hot springs. There's like so much water coming out. They use it for all sorts of things, including keeping the snow off the road. But you can get onsen tamago, which is where we're going right now. They cook eggs in the onsen water. But throughout the town, there's actually like a bunch of completely free onsens that anyone can use. And they're a little bit different from a normal onsen that you would use in Japan in that there's no shower
for you to use. If I can like paint a picture, imagine like a room with just like a little circle bath in the middle, and then instead of using a shower to wash yourself before you go in, you get a bucket, scoop up some of the onsen water, pour it on yourself, and then you can get in the water. But I went in last night and it was the perfect temperature. Oh my god, I'm so out of breath. Anyway, we're going to get an onsen egg. It's a real struggle.
How did we fall out? Hope we can touch the ground. Say when you're able, we can try to make the ride. Only you can take on. We just gotta go
It's kind of cute, like everyone coming together.
Protect the egg.
Ready? How are you guys doing it so fast?
Messy.
What? That looks good.
That's really good. It doesn't taste like sake at all. Yeah. It feels healthy.
Wow.
Oh my god. Who's getting that?
Yeah.
Do it! As big as you. That's massive. Bye bye. I don't really know what's happening. I think that's the scariest part.
What happened to me last time? They were like waving like the fire in my
They're like, you
face.
sure you
Like,
want to participate?
Yeah.
I'll let you participate. To this explanation, but I will do my very, very best. Apparently, the ages 25 and 42 are considered to be unlucky in Japan, so in order to protect them from the
Past Hannah really did her best here, but let me just stop her before she goes astray. What really happens is in October, all of the men in the town aged 25 and 42, they venture into the forest and they cut down sacred trees and they collect wood so that they can construct this massive wooden monument known as a shaden. And then in the evening of the festival, some representatives will go and collect an original flame from the Kono family in Terayu, who were some of the first inhabitants of Nozawa. And then they carry that flame through the town to light the official bonfire at the start of the festival. And then the unlucky 42-year-olds will sit on top of the 7-meter tall shaden, and then they'll sing and they chant all sorts of things, including hi motekoi, which basically just means bring on the fire. Villagers from Nozawa then take these bundles of sticks of fire and they try their best to set the shaden on fire, and it's up to the 25-year-olds around the base to defend them. And then at the end, if successfully defended, the 42-year-olds vacate the shaden and it is officially set alight. The festival is said to be an invocation of good harvest, health and fortune in the coming year, but it has since expanded to include a good ski season too. So anyway, now that you know a little more about what's happening, let the festivities begin.
So they've now been defending the fire for about an hour and it still hasn't lit, which is wild because everything is so flammable. It's been so close so many times. As time goes on, they keep pushing the bonfire closer and closer to the main shrine. So eventually they'll run out of sticks, but the bonfire will be right under it anyway and it will all just go up in flames. And it's starting to get very, very close to the shrine.
Well, I think I might go on the record and say that this is probably the most dramatic ending to a video I have ever made. I've actually always wanted to use that music clip specifically, but I've never had footage that's been, dare I say, epic enough. Cringed a little bit using that word, but truly epic enough to go with that music. There's actually so much extra footage that didn't make it into the edit for like whatever reason. It was just like amazing, beautiful cinematic shot after another, and it was just such a joy to edit, so I really hope that you enjoyed it. It's just one of the most insane festivals. Like, even looking back at the footage, I kind of don't believe that I was actually there seeing it. The dude that just gets absolutely thwacked in the face with a fire stick. Crazy. The commitment is unreal. Such a crazy festival. Anyway, I'm now going to explain to you how you too can also experience this same festival starting from next year onwards. But first, a quick message from this video's sponsor, which is Storyblocks. So basically, Storyblocks is a stock media subscription that allows you unlimited downloads to their website of over 1 million different assets. And these assets are things like videos in 4K and HD, they've got photos, they've got illustrations, there's music, sound effects, they're all 100% royalty free, and yeah, you can use them in whatever kind of project you're working on. I've found that this stuff to just be so helpful when I'm just trying to like fill in the gap in a video, and it's not worth my time or my money to search for the right kind of video that I can use and then pay an individual fee for that clip. If you're trying to like create a project using a lot of different stock videos and photos and stuff like that, it can be really expensive paying the licensing fees. So having a subscription to a site like Storyblocks is just so valuable. I've used them in the past, like I've said, filling gaps in videos, but also they've got a bunch of like green screen videos for like subscribe buttons on YouTube. Or I also downloaded some Final Cut title templates, which are really cool and unique, and I didn't know that they were there for the longest time, but there's heaps of them up there, along with Adobe After Effects and Premiere Pro as well. I know that there's a bunch of templates up there, and I know they just got some DaVinci Resolve templates on there as well, so they're just covering all of the bases for all of the video creators out there. So to get started with unlimited stock media downloads in one place, go to storyblocks.com/currentlyhannah or check out the link in the description. Thank you so much to Storyblocks for sponsoring this video. Welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you here. And once again, that's storyblocks.com/currentlyhannah to get started. And just like I promised, here's how you can enjoy the Nozawa Fire Festival just as I did. So yes, this festival is on January 15th every single year. Starting from last year, they made the rules where you had to be either a local from the town or you have to be staying in one of the accommodations in the town itself in order to visit. So even if you were staying in a different town and you drove into Nozawa, you weren't able to see the festival unless you were actually staying in the town. And yeah, all of the accommodation books out crazy fast. Like, some of the accommodation was already booked out 6 months in advance. If you've decided you're gonna go, just book your accommodation straight away, because yeah, it sells out very quickly. To get to Nozawa from Tokyo, you just catch the bullet train to Iyama Station, and then from there there's a very clearly marked bus that will take you into Nozawa. Overall, it's like a 2.5-hour trip from Tokyo. So easy in comparison to the friggin' 6 hours it takes from Osaka. Just don't go from Osaka. But one other thing that you should know about this festival is one of the main reasons that they brought this rule in, where you have to be staying in the village or whatever in order to attend, is because they wanted to avoid a crowd crush event, because in the past it's been really busy and crowded, so they brought in the rule. Even with this rule in place, it was so busy. It was so packed. At one point, they, because the crowd is kind of like moving around, and then they've got the organizers that are telling people to move back and come forward, and the crowd is moving with the festival as it goes. At one point, the organizers were telling us to move back, and the people behind us weren't moving back, and it was just getting sandwiched in this group of people. I got very scared, only because obviously of the news of what happened in South Korea, and that wasn't even that long ago. So yeah, I got really worried. I was very stressed at one point. So actually at the back of the festival, there was plenty of space, and it kind of like slopes up a little bit, so you don't have to get super close to the action. Of course, if you wanna get close to the action though, that is kind of where you have to be, like squashed in the crowd, unfortunately. But yeah, the more you know. Why do I always get out of breath when I film videos? I'm not doing anything, I'm sitting down. Big shout out to Pat K. Thank you he's been to the festival already, so it was helpful to hear from someone who already knew what was going on. And also a huge thank you to Chris, because there's no way I would have been able to change my lens at all in that crowd. It was so packed. So a lot of the close-up shots, those were filmed by Chris, and the wide shots filmed by me. So yeah, thank you, Chris, for that. He can't hear me. He's got his noise cancelling headphones on, just like I told him to. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, because it took me so long to edit, so long, but I hope that you enjoyed it. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. If you enjoyed this video, maybe go and check out my video, the deep dive on Japanese train otaku, Japanese train fans in Japan. They're super intense, they're super passionate, and it's one of my favorite videos of all time. So if you enjoyed this one, please go and check that one out. And yes, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me on all the things, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.